So I've decided I'm finally going to take this political compass test. And I started right after this first question, and it's very strangely worded. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to land on this, but let's see how it goes. So the first question being, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations, in which case, if it's inevitable, then I agree. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. I do not agree whatsoever. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. I disagree with that. Just because you don't get to really say where you are doesn't mean you shouldn't be a little proud of your heritage. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. No. Sorry, that's some bullshit. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I disagree. Military action that defies international laws is sometimes justified. I don't agree whatsoever. There is now a worrying infusion of information and entertainment. I completely agree with that, actually. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality. Oh man, that is dead on, honestly. Personally, I think that is, yes. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with disagree. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. They've proven nothing but time and time again that if the rules won't be exercised for them, they'll just keep doing it. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I kind of want to agree to an extent, but I do disagree because that's just not always fair. Sometimes people fall on hard times. Sometimes something is out of your control. The freer the market, the freer the people. I think I agree with that. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled branded consumer product. I don't know that I'd say it's sad. What I don't like are the companies that have the monopoly, but no, I don't agree with that. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Nope. I do believe you should be able to own it outright and not have to pay taxes on it for the rest of your life, though. You should be able to own it like you do a car. Once you own it, you're done. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I don't understand what that means. What is protectionism? Let's find out. I am curious. Oh, it's not even bringing up my search bar. You little bastard. How do I go through tabs? Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna say, oh no. Oh, here we go. I skipped one. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. I would be inclined to agree with that at its face. If they contribute. Not that they do because they have fortunes. I don't like the way this is worded. If they don't contribute, then it's regrettable. But to assume that just because they have a fortune means that they don't contribute is a fallacy. I don't know which way to fall on this one. I don't like the wording on that. I think I know what it's trying to say, and in which case I do agree. But I don't like that one. Protectionism is sometimes necessary. I'm gonna go with probably not. Who is it protecting? Me, or is it protecting the company? The only social responsibility. I know I need to look that up too. I don't like that I'm doing that, but here, I'll look it up on my phone real fast. I'm curious. What is protectionism? Give me a definition, because I know what the word sounds like, and it sounds like sounds like a silly concept to say it like that. It's too open-ended. The economic policy of restricting imports from other countries through methods such as tariffs. Oh. Import quotas and a variety of government regulations. Okay, okay. I do agree. I do think that if, like, this particular case right now going on with everything with China, I do think that it's totally an apt statement to just cut trade with them. I agree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. I disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. That's a tough one. Part of me does agree. I think it's kind of insane that if you make above a certain tax bracket, your tax goes up to something in the neighborhood of like 40 to 50% in some states, and that's just absurd. In a semblance, I agree. The thing that I don't like is that there are so many workarounds that in the end, of course, they never pay anything remotely close to that. So, but I do agree. No, I think that's some garbage. If you've made that much money, it doesn't mean that you have to pay that much more back out. In theory, you should be contributing more in an ideal society. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I kind of agree in a fashion. I do believe that there should be a gold standard that everyone is promised, but if you want to spend extra to go get plastic surgery or anything else, be my guest if you can afford it. Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public. I completely agree. No, if you mislead, fuck you. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Excuse me? A genuine free market requires restrictions, okay, on the ability. I agree, actually. I agree quite strongly. A genuinely free market, yeah, you can't have monopolies. Abortion when a woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. This is a tough one. I do disagree on principle. Not in the semblance that it should be, of course, used as like a form of like birth control. But I mean, like, for example, if, you know, my girlfriend was raped and impregnated, I wouldn't want that fucking baby. Are you kidding me? It's not necessarily the baby's fault, sure, but at the same time, you shouldn't be forced to live through something like that. So to try and put it into that kind of a black and white is brutal, and it's unfair to everyone involved. All authority should be questioned. Yes, it should. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I disagree. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Should not be. I do agree. You should not be expected to put money out, because I mean, who's to say that they don't just artificially inflate their salary and go, ooh, we're not making quota. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I definitely agree. I do believe that making it compulsory or mandated is kind of garbage. I don't really care much for our school system, about as much as I don't care for our legal system. All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should just keep to their own kind. No, what the hell kind of bullshit is that? It's so open phrased. Are you talking about race, or are you talking about like violent criminals and gangbangers? But no, I think you shouldn't be segregated. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Again, with the is that the whole like give an inch take a mile type thing? Because I mean, I was spanked and I turned out fine. I've definitely held no ill will towards them for that. I kind of want to agree. I kind of want to disagree. My parents say that they wish that they'd never done it. To me, I guess, I don't know. I understand the element to it. It's not something I would ever really foresee myself doing. But I wouldn't, you know, call CPS on someone for spanking their child. You know what I mean? Because the emphasis on these sometimes, if it's your go-to for your solutions, then no, it's not really the answer. It's natural for children to keep secrets from their parents. I agree. I mean, sometimes you don't need to tell mom and dad about what you broke. if it won't hurt them. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I agree. In fact, I think all drugs should be legal, personally. Not that I wish to do them all, but you should have the choice to choose what you put in your body. The freedom to choose, there we go, the choice to choose. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. No, it should not. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. That's eugenics. I disagree. I'd say I strongly disagree. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. What? No, it's not. It's to learn how to become a person. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. In a sense, I agree. Just because, you know, for example, some clan in, say, like South Africa, who hasn't, you know, doesn't go to cities or anything like that, and they sacrifice, you know, animals to their deity or whatever. Would you really call that savage? Sure, because you don't live there. It's not part of your culture. Doesn't mean I agree with it, but it's not my culture. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. In a sense, I agree. If you're refusing the opportunity to go look, yeah. If you're refusing because you're not mentally quite right, then you should be able to get help. But I don't think that if you're going to sit here and willingly turn work away, you're not going to get my money. When you are troubled, it is better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. No. Sometimes yes, but no. First-generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. In a sense, you could say that that's an accurate statement, but I disagree. Are you kidding me? If they come here with the entire intent to, you know, become an American, or, you know, become a Mexican, or become a Chinese, or a Japanese, if that's your entire goal is to get there and integrate, you can absolutely make that happen pretty well. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us all. You gotta be shitting me. No public institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Oh, no broadcasting institution. Should ever? I don't know about that. Or should. I'm sorry. Wow, I misread that entirely. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. I agree, no, it should not. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Oh boy. Freedom moving from, or I'm sorry, the Patriot Act, my ass. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Fuck off. No, it does not. Although the electric age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. I couldn't disagree anymore. There should be like another button for no, I don't think that's accurate whatsoever. I am very anti-death penalty. I mean, I'm aware that there are some people who are just absolute animals, but the number of people who have been just irresponsibly executed, no, pass. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. I don't agree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Well, when you put it like that, then I agree. But if it represents something to someone, then I disagree. But if you're saying that it doesn't represent anything, I don't... That's in the eye of the beholder, though. Just because I think it looks like ass doesn't mean that it is ass. That's a tough one. I don't know, is that like the guy who duct taped a banana on a wall and then sold it? I mean, that's a tough one. I don't know what to make of that. I disagree on principle, though, in the sense that just because it doesn't mean anything to you doesn't mean that it doesn't represent something to someone else. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Nope. It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. Well, that see my capital punishment again, though. No, I kind of have to disagree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Disagree. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Parent would be more appropriate to me. But that could apply either way, really. Like, somebody should be more dedicated to staying home for the child, in my humble opinion. I don't like the way this one's worded either. I don't know. I kind of want to agree in the sense that, like I said, I think someone should be home. But I disagree in the sense that it has to be the mother. I'm gonna disagree just based on the verbiage. I don't know. I don't like this one. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. I agree, dude. We've got no business in Africa. Personal opinion. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. What is that supposed to mean? Making peace with your role in establishment? Like, I don't understand that at all. I don't agree? No. I mean, I do agree that it's mature to be able to make the peace, but I don't think that's what makes you mature. That's again with the I don't like the way that one's worded, but no, I don't think. Nah. Astrology accurately explains many things. No, it doesn't. Maybe for some, but not for me. You cannot be moral without being religious. You cannot be moral without being religious. No. I'm an atheist and I don't need I don't need God to tell me not to murder people. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Boy, I would love for that to be true, but that isn't how it works out. Some people are naturally unlucky. That's true. I have experienced it sometimes firsthand. Sometimes you just hit a rut, man. It's you gotta bluff your way through if you want to make it out of that card game. Like, sometimes shit just happens. It's not anybody's fault. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. No. If you want to have a school that can offer that, then that's fine, but it's usually immoral. Oh no. Same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. I agree. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. I also agree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Boy, I couldn't agree more. No one can feel naturally homosexual. I don't agree. I'm not gay, but I can't imagine everyone just chooses to be gay and want that difficulty in their life. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I do kind of agree with that. I do think that it's fine for the adults, but it's gotten to such an open air type thing that a lot of people, I don't know. And all right, where am I here? I am authoritarian, huh? Okay. And I'm left? Not what I was anticipating. Or is that where it's putting me? Oh, that makes more sense. That's me. Okay. I didn't think that I'd find myself on the left, but hey. I'll yeah, I ain't gonna donate to that. It's interesting. I don't know how accurate I'd find that. Personally, I always figured I would have been a little bit more on the right, but definitely more libertarian though. That's accurate. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. I wasn't sure where that was going to go, but I was just curious to see where that would pop me out. I've never done this before, and I was just curious.